So now we're going to look at how to obtain references. After writing your conclusion and taking your paper through quality assurance, it is now time to add sources used. Honestly, we usually fake this part as we believe in saving time. So create a blank page after the conclusion. So bring your cursor to the end of the conclusion and press Control Enter. So if it's APA, we usually write references. If it's MLA, this is the header or the heading for the page that will contain the sources. So if it's MLA, we usually write works cited, but we'll look at that later. So let's just write references. The next thing you need to do is to open your browser, and so now we're going to look for sources to add on this page. So note your title, and I'm sure you know your title, so type in your title. So in this case it's effects of global warming. So you search your title or the topic on which your paper is focusing on. This will make the process of finding sources much easier. And then you click on books. So this books section is sometimes located under more, so it's sometimes here, so but in this case it's here. So you click on books. There are two things that you'll need to pay close attention to. The first thing is the year of publication, and the second thing is the title of each book. So when it comes to the year should be between 2018 and 2010. It is advisable to use books as close to the current date as possible. This is because of relevance and credibility of the information. The other thing is the title. You should read the title carefully to ensure that it ties in with your paper's topic. Ensure that the book's title is as close to the topic as possible in terms of relevance. So if you have one paper, it's advisable to have one source. Two pages if you have one page. If you have 2 pages, 2 sources. 3 pages, 3 sources, unless the assignment instructions tell you otherwise. So let's have a look at a few books that you can use as sources for a paper. So the title of the paper was Effects of Global Warming. I'd use this first book because the year is within the range 2010, which is good, and the title is relevant. So right click on the title of the book and then click on open link in a new tab. So do the same for other sources. I wouldn't use this book even if the year was okay, because the title, the book is talking about the causes and consequences. So I'd avoid this book. Don't forget that we are faking the sources, so we need to be as close to the thing that we have written about. So I'd scroll down, look for another book. I wouldn't use this book because it's talking about the impact of global warming on Texas, which is very specific. So yeah. So as you can see, we have numerous books, so look for another book. This is a good book. Even though it's talking about causes, it still touches on effects. And the year is not so bad. It's okay. My bad. So click open link in a new tab. So we have 2 books. So go to the books you have opened and click on find in a new library. It's on this side. It will open the WorldCat page, and then look for cite/export. So I want you to note one thing. As you can see, this is the same method we'll use to get any source for any paper format. So this same book you can cite in APA, in Chicago, in MLA, and in Taban. So any paper so the method will never change. It's mechanical. You'll always be using the same method to get the book in the paper format that you want. So in this case, let's take APA. So copy the source and then go back to your work, and on the page with the title references, and then paste, Control V, enter. So you do the same thing for the other book. Open it, find in a library, WorldCat page opens, cite/export, and then you copy the source, copy, and then you paste it. If there's one thing I'd note is that sometimes when you click on the WorldCat page, we don't have this page is usually blank, or this area with the find in a library is not there. So what this means is that the book, you cannot use the book as a source. So the easiest thing to do is just to close the book and come look for another book, because as you can see, there are very many books available on Google Books. So yeah, that's how we find our sources. So if you're interested in online writing, we're always hiring. Contact us at hiring_department@offici.co.ke.